Some good news this week with heaps of releases launching on the platform, and some bad news with the delay of the next sim update. We've got you covered with all the big news when it comes to the world of Microsoft Flight Simulator. Let's jump straight into the video. Apex gaming PCs and the Oz Flight Simulator channel have partnered up to create a range of gaming flight sim PCs tailored to flight simulation pilots in mind. The private pilot and the commercial pilot range has been designed to provide a great frame rates if you are on a budget or if you're an experienced simmer and want to take your simming to the next level. You can even customize to suit your virtual pilot needs. Links in the description below if you want to check out the new range of Oz Flight Simulator PCs, the private pilot and the commercial pilot. Welcome to another Microsoft Flight Simulator update video. This is where we bring you each and every week all the important news and updates of the development of this new flight sim. Please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that way we can tell you when the next important cool flight sim videos, information and stuff goes live. Kicking off this week's previews and announcement, the first one goes to the team at Origami Studios, which they have previewed London Gatwick Airport for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Gatwick Airport is the second busiest airport in the UK and is the busiest single runway in all of the world. From the trailer, it appears that the airport is of the 2020 and 21 configuration and includes jetways, detailed modelling and dynamic lighting. Origami team has mentioned that London Gatwick Airport will be released for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 this summer. No feature list or pricing has been provided at this stage. The next announcement for the week goes to the team at Orbex as they announced their mesh pack for Alaska. This is the third mesh pack from the team after releasing New Zealand and Iceland. The mesh pack is set to completely overhaul the mesh within Alaska region, improving the overall resolution without impacting any performance on the simulator. The mesh pack is using 5-meter resolution data from the US government, and the team mentioned it will reduce the LOD morphing whilst improving the visuals. No release date has been set, but knowing Orbex, this should be released very soon if they're talking about it and showing previews. Moving on to this week's releases, and we have absolute stacks of them. The first one goes to Just Sim this week, releasing Lacana Airport for Microsoft Flight Simulator. This airport serves as a gateway for many airlines such as Wizz Air and Ryanair for many tourists visiting Cyprus. As usual, Just Sim doesn't really supply any feature list with their products launching, but from the looks of the screenshots provided, usually Just Sim do have a high quality, but we should expect to see a bunch of static objects, detailed ground markings and the use of PBR textures throughout the airport scenery. You can pick up your copy of Lacana Airport from the Sim Market store. I'll leave a link in the description below. The next release for the week is all for the Airbus fans, and it is the FS2 crew, and they have released their latest product for Microsoft Flight Simulator that suits the fly-by-wire A320. This product enables you to have a virtual co-pilot in the aircraft with you. With the co-pilot, you can expect to have Airbus flows, and for the captain as well, and checklists and numerous interactions with the ground crew and cabin crew. Included in the product are several voice sets, including the UK, US, and Germany, to name a few, as well as a helper panel to assist you with learning the product. There is heaps of features, too many to talk about in a few short minutes, but FS2 Crew product goes a long way for making the immersion of being a captain in a real Airbus A320 a lot closer. You can pick up your copy of FS2 Crew's fly-by-wire product directly from their store. I'll leave a link in the description below. The next release of the week goes to the team over at Sam Scenes 3D with their New York City Times scenery. This is the first city scenes that the team have tackled outside of Asia, which is New York. The product completely redesigns New York's main area by fixing all the photographing around the city area. Sam Scenes has added over 250 custom buildings, with many of them famous landmarks, including the whole of Times Square has been completely done. Other features included animated billboards, over 160 buildings with PBR 4K textures, others with HD, and there's a few with SD textures as well. Many buildings will work with the LOD function to keep the frame rate friendly. High detailed designs for all the different bridges, such as Manhattan Brooklyn Bridge and Williamsburg Bridge and the Queensboro Bridge, all have animated cars. You can pick up your copy of Sam Scenes 3D New York directly from their store. I'll leave a link in the description below. And another release this week, this is another airport, and it's from the developers of Davor Pologic, which I probably butchered that, I do apologize. They have released Pula Airport and the town of Pula for Microsoft Flight Simulator. This airport is located in Croatia and it serves around 1 million passengers a year, and it sees a number of airliners from around the world that visit Europe and Russia. The team have recreated both the airport and the town, and the package comes with both civilian and military parts of the airport. Other features include accurate elevation modeling, custom ground markings, high resolution textures, custom 3D trees, dynamic night lighting, and custom buildings of the town, including skyscrapers, shipyards, and marinas. You can pick up your copy directly from the Sim Market store. I'll leave a link in the description below. As we previewed last week, DC Designs now have released the F-14 Tomcat for Microsoft Flight Simulator. This iconic aircraft needs no introduction and was made famous around the world through the Top Gun movie franchise. The Tomcat has been built from the ground up in Microsoft Flight Simulator, which will make it easier to maintain with future updates of the sim. This package comes with 2 aircraft types, which is the F-14A and B, 7 liveries, a head-up display screens based on the real layout inside the copy of the aircraft, custom copy instruments, animated effects including afterburners, which is really cool, external animations such as canopy, crew ladders, and tailhook. It is compatible with the hard deck simulations carrier. The feature list does go on quite a little bit, so we can't actually go through all of those here, but it's pretty well feature packed. You can pick up your copy of DC Designs over at the Just Flight store. I'll leave a link in the description below. Moving on to this week's Flight Sim development news. Unfortunately, World Update number 6 has been delayed. In a weekly update blog from the Microsoft Flight Simulator team, they mentioned that the update will now be released on September the 7th. The team did not go into great detail on what's holding up the release, but they did say they want to get the release right, which is probably a good move. We'd rather have a good release instead of bugs and issues. We were treated with a breakdown on what the delayed update will include, so here's some of the highlights. Several crashes have been addressed across the sim, which was due to the last sim update. ATC radar altitudes have been fixed. The next AIRAC cycle, the 2108, will be included. The SR22 has had its fuel consumption and performance tweaked. On-screen terrain pre-caching graphics settings will be added, which this is a good one. You can now use a low, medium, high, and ultra high, and this will help reduce the FPS drops and load popping when panning around in the camera. So we have a new slider to play around with. Max photographic draw distance has been increased. VR has had a fix where it was causing crashes. Other than the updates and the fixes, a world update will include all new aerials and evolution mapping for the region, with new photographic cities, 4 handcrafted airports, nearly 100 points of interest, new discovery flights, and landing challenges, which is to be expected now with all the world updates. No new updates to the development roadmap, but again, as we do each week, we have received a new feedback snapshot and a bug list. There's not really many updates, but you know, 2021 is fast approaching to the end, and there's a bunch of features still planned for release in 2021. A lot actually getting scaled back to 2022. But the 2021 releases are such things as Replay System, DirectX 12, and the Scenery Gateway, to mention a few. So let's hope they will still make the sim before the end is out. And we still got a few surprises ahead in 2021. No marketplace update has arrived this week so far, but the update will appear tomorrow the 20th, so even before this video is out, most likely. 13 airports have been released around the world in various flight sim stores. 1 aircraft, which is the DC Designs F-14 Tomcat, 14 sceneries, and no mission packs. The community team over at Microsoft Flight Simulator will be hosting a multiplayer stream, a flight to celebrate the 1-year anniversary of the PC launch of the sim. I'll leave a link in the description for details, and a big happy birthday to the team at Microsoft and Asobo for this awesome simulator. Well done, guys. If you got this far in the video, thank you very much. You guys are in the last 10%ers. Please, as part of our pre-flight checks, hit that like button. And if you enjoyed the video, hit the subscribe button for more Oz Flight Sim content and share it with your friends and family. This helps us spread the word of flight sim and aviation. We stream every Wednesday and Sunday at 8 PM at GMT +10. Feel free to drop by and join in all the multiplayer shenanigans. PC and Xbox virtual simmers are all welcome. I'm going to leave you with some other flight sim videos here. Feel free to check those out, and I'll see you over there.